Welcome to Cold Vienna, where I will take you along our journey to Bangkok in a Boeing 777 flown by five-star airline EVA Air in business class. We booked two one-way tickets from Vienna to Bangkok via London Heathrow. We paid 71,000 miles and more miles and roughly 150 euros per person. Our adventure begins at Vienna Airport Terminal 3. After a smooth check-in and priority security, it was off to the non-Schengen Senator Lounge, which we could access due to our status. The business class lounge is right next door and similar in style and offerings. The apron views allowed me to spot an EVA Dreamliner that would fly to Bangkok directly, but there was no award availability for that direct flight when I booked. Our routing via London Heathrow allowed us to fly the newest plane in Austrian Airlines' fleet, an Airbus A320neo. This plane has larger overhead bins but only offers a typical intra-European business class with economy seats. Less than 2 hours and a hot meal later, we safely landed at London Heathrow. We arrived at London Heathrow Terminal 2A, and our connection would depart from the satellite Terminal 2B. This meant we had to undertake the roughly 15-minute journey underground to reach our final terminal building. The tunnel is decorated with important milestones for the UK and Heathrow Airport. EVA Air doesn't operate their own lounge at this airport. With a Star Alliance business class ticket like we had, in theory, we could choose between 4 lounges. The Lufthansa lounge is back at Terminal 2A, and they're a bit stingy with accepting guests on non-Lufthansa group flights. I looked forward to trying out the United lounge, but it was closed. And the Air Canada lounge, which is small but quite lovely, was about to close. So we were left with visiting the Singapore Airlines lounge, which is not a bad thing by all means. Luckily, the facilities are large and there were many seating options as this lounge was continuously full throughout our visit. Many loungers have seen better days. But a large selection of food and drinks from the hot buffet and the manned bar make up for the tired-looking interior. It was a short walk to the gate, and the business class and economy queues were appropriately separated. My boarding pass had an issue, therefore I was the last business class guest to board the largest plane in EVA's fleet, the Boeing 777-300ER. I chose to sit behind the bulkhead in the second business class cabin in row 10 to have more foot space as this was an actual night flight. Welcome to seat 10 Golf. The cabin is laid out in a 1-to-1 reverse herringbone configuration. Since I was traveling with my wife, we chose to sit in the middle seats. Ironically, I was a lot closer to the passenger sitting in the window seat next to me, and I had to lean forward quite a bit to communicate with my companion. It's good if you're stuck in the middle seat as a solo passenger, since you'll have privacy. But the lack of removable divider and the distance between the seats makes it difficult for couples traveling together. Cheers to the crisp welcome champagne, and let's take a closer look at the seat. Below the fold-out IFE screen are 2 open storage areas in the center console. Once the pillow and blanket are out of the way, you can see the decently sized footwell. The crew had handed out slippers and pajamas designed by Jason Wu. The center console houses another small storage area where I stowed my AirPods Max. Beside that was the Panasonic IFE remote, a universal power outlet, 2 USB-A plugs, and the headphone jack that already had my AirFly Pro connected. Above all that was a reading lamp, and further down were the seat controls. The tray table is easily deployed, but we'll get to that in a second. The screen needs to be secured during takeoff and landing. And finally, the armrest can be raised and lowered via the lever. The headrest is height adjustable and the sides can be moved to your liking. A rare commodity in business class but more common on flights to and from Asia are the provided slippers. EVA takes the amenities further by offering pajamas, which you will see in action later. Salvatore Ferragamo provides the well-stocked amenity kit. In addition to your standard offerings like a toothbrush and a sleeping mask, This kit comes with skincare products stored in the separate black pouch and a handy cloth to clean your glasses or screens. EVA Air used to be the only airline that offered the coveted Rimowa hardshell amenity kits in business class. Sadly, Rimowa has discontinued all partnerships with airlines. Continuing their strive to provide excellent amenities, EVA also offers these Thunder noise-canceling headphones. I've never heard of the brand, and Googling this product leads nowhere, but they are comfortable and reduce the ambient noise well. I still prefer using my AirPods Max in conjunction with the AirFly Pro because no wires are in the way. As mentioned, the IFE screen folds towards you and must be stowed during takeoff and landing. The touchscreen could be better. It is adequate regarding resolution, size, and brightness. It's placed close enough to reach it with your fingers and responsive to touch inputs. Unfortunately, the selection of Western movies and TV shows was very lacking. There are no onboard cameras, but an excellent in-flight map application. The map can also be displayed on the remote while you enjoy other entertainment on the bigger screen. If you can't find anything to watch, you might want to get online to do some work. Unlimited Wi-Fi for the whole flight was almost $40. Since I mostly ate and slept during the flight, I didn't try it out. The IFE provided the menus as no physical cards were available. Similar to the likes of Singapore Airlines and now also Lufthansa, EVA offers the option to pre-order your meal. This service also includes a few options that weren't on the menu during the flight. You can see the options on the right. My wife and I took advantage of this service. EVA used to offer Veuve Clicquot La Grande Dame. However, shortly before our flight, Emirates secured the exclusive rights to serve Veuve Clicquot. We were supposed to have Laurent Perrier Grand Siècle, a champagne served on Swiss and British Airways first class, but instead were served the 2006 Duval-Leroy that should only be available on EVA flights from and to New York and Paris. I know, a major first world problem. In any case, the champagne we had was delicious. The meal service commenced with an amuse-bouche. The proper table setting and the appetizer quickly followed this. My wife had pre-ordered the steak with foie gras and was very happy with her choice. When I fly on premium cabins, I like to try meals I wouldn't typically order in a restaurant, so I went with the seafood option, the poached lobster and pan-fried cod. It tasted better than it looked, but it wasn't my favorite dish I've had on a plane. An assortment of fruit, cheeses, and pastries followed the main course. All in all, a delightful meal, and I definitely didn't go to bed hungry. Located between the two business class cabins is the slightly larger, accessible lavatory. I didn't use this one and went to the front of the aircraft instead. This bathroom was average sized, decorated with an orchid, equipped with mirrors on both sides, and stocked with amenities. The pajamas in size L were on the small side. I had to scrunch up the sleeves to hide the fact that they were too short. I'm not a massive fan of the strings around the neck, but the fabric was comfortable. But honestly, no one should complain about the PJs one receives in business class. When I returned from the restroom, a cabin crew member offered to make up the bed, and I accepted. A skinny mattress pad was placed over the seat. The pillow and substantial duvet were very comfy. I found the seat padding very firm, and the supposed mattress was more like a sheet than an extra cushioning layer. I've had more comfortable beds in business class, but I still slept through most of the flight. If you like this video so far, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. It's absolutely free and really helps me out. Before landing, a 3-course breakfast was served. Again, we had chosen to pre-order our main dishes, but this time they were the same dishes offered to all guests. The first course was comprised of Iberico ham and a salad. I chose the chicken omelette, which, again, tasted better than it looked, and my wife went for the trio of open sandwiches and a scone. The meal was topped off with some more fruit. Before I summarize the flight, here is a quick tip. If you arrive in Bangkok after flying in a premium cabin, there is a separate fast-track immigration line for business and first-class passengers. Keep a lookout for the signs. It's past the regular line and can be a huge time saver. All in all, I got exactly what I was hoping for on a long overnight flight. The crew was efficient and professional, promptly serving the lovely dinner without feeling rushed, leaving enough time to get a good amount of sleep. The excellent amenities offered make up for the lacking selection on the IFE and the very firm bed. Nowadays, bringing your entertainment is easy, and mattress preferences vary from person to person. I would not hesitate to fly EVA Air in business class again, especially in their Boeing 787 Dreamliners with the new cabin interior. We flew with Qatar Airways on their A380 in first class on our way home from Thailand. Check out how that flight was by clicking on this video. Thank you so much for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe. Happy travels and see you soon.